Myth number 1, makeup causes acne. Now, does makeup in itself cause people to break out? No. However, some ingredients in makeup could affect different people differently. For example, Becky over here may not do well with dimethicones or any silicones, but Susie Q over here, she's allergic to talc or mica. Those cause a reaction in her. Certain ingredients in makeup, it's called comedogenic, and comedogenic means there's certain ingredients that can block the pores, such as waxes, binders, even certain oils. If they sit on the skin and don't let your skin push out the natural oils, it can cause some breakouts. But does makeup in itself cause acne? Not necessarily unless you're allergic to it. The other point around makeup is if you're applying your makeup with dirty brushes, you guys know I preach on this, you have got to clean your brushes regularly. Deep clean them every single week. Do a spot cleaning almost every day if you're using them on your face. So does makeup cause acne? No, but certain things around it, such as certain ingredients or using dirty ass brushes, could that break you out? Yes. Myth number 2, expensive makeup products are always better quality. Now, I've talked about this topic extensively on my channel, saying about how a lot of makeup is made at the same factories. Whether it's drugstore, it's high-end, it doesn't matter. Does that always mean that high-end makeup is going to outperform drugstore? Yes and no. Like some products do, but many times it does not. A lot of the time what you're paying for is beautiful packaging, the marketing strategy, the name, and things like that. So this one's kind of a yes and no. Are there some amazing luxury products out there that are beautiful, worth every cent? Absolutely. But does it mean that just because it costs more that it's better? No. If you guys need guidance on what specific products I feel like are worth the money and which brands are ripping you off, I have a lot of content on that. I'll link to them below if you need to watch those. Myth number 3, sleeping in makeup occasionally won't harm your skin. Okay, this one, you all, I have to be strict on this one. So if you sleep in your makeup, even if it's just a few times, every single time you sleep in makeup, you put your skin at risk for getting an infection, especially for the eyes. If you have eye makeup on, you can get eye infections that can lead to pink eye and sty. It can cause all sorts of issues with that. If you leave your makeup on your skin, it's going to clog your pores. It can also cause skin reaction, redness, irritation, and also sleeping in your makeup is going to keep your skin from aging as gracefully as possible, because that's the one time at night while you're sleeping that your skin has a chance to renew itself, to have that time for cell turnover. There's so many benefits that happen while you're sleeping. So please, I'm begging you guys, do not sleep in your makeup at all. Not even once, not twice. Every single time you do it, you're automatically putting yourself at getting an eye infection. So this myth is very false in the fact that, oh, if you just sleep in your makeup a few times, it's not a big deal. Yes, it is. So while we're talking about not sleeping in your makeup, you guys, one thing I really do recommend when you're getting your makeup off before bed, especially if you've worn makeup all day, I know I've already washed my face, is to double cleanse. I've been an advocate of this for years and years and years, you guys. And one of my favorite ways to double cleanse is to use a cleansing oil first. And the one that I really, really love right now is the Haru Haru Wonder one. Haru Haru is a Korean skincare brand. It is phenomenal, you guys. The formulas are incredible. It is one of my favorite brands right now. And the cleansing oil that I use to take my makeup off is the Black Rice Moisture Deep Cleansing Oil. You guys, it is so luxurious feeling. It's amazing for melting your makeup off. And what I do is I'll first wet my face and I'll put a couple pumps in my hand, and it's just super nourishing, super hydrating. I'll kind of spread it all over my face, wash it off, and then I'll go in with a gentle cleanser or cleansing gel. The one that I like from the brand as well is their Moisture Soft Cleansing Gel. This is a great cleanser. I want to show you guys the texture of it because it's really cool. It's this gel-like formula. Do you see that? It is so soft on the skin. For me, as I've gotten older, I need things that are hydrating, soft, very gentle. So that's why I like this brand so much. They are our sponsor for today's video because of how much I love their products. You guys know from a product development standpoint, I've always talked about how amazing Korea is with skincare products. They're phenomenal. And even when you place an order, you guys, when you get your package, it is so packaged up beautifully. Like everything about the brand is done well, from their componentry. The formulas are phenomenal. The way the package arrives. I am a huge fan of this brand because I have not found a single product yet that I don't absolutely love so much. So those are my favorite 2 products from the brand. Is definitely the cleansing oil. If you have not double cleansed your face, please try this. I promise you guys, it melts your makeup off. It is so luxurious feeling, very hydrating, doesn't strip your skin. The cleansing gel is also really good. And then another product I really like is their essence. So a lot of you guys are like, what are essences? So essences are a kind of a liquid type product. I want to show you guys. So essences are a product that you can put underneath your moisturizer. It's right after you cleanse your skin. It's almost like an extra step to add hydration to your skin. They have one that's a Black Rice Probiotics Barrier. So if you need some probiotics on your skin, it's great for helping with bacteria, keeping your skin clear, calming any inflammation down. There's so many benefits to black rice and also probiotics in your skincare. And what I like to do is just take a cotton pad like this, and after I wash my skin, I'll put a little bit on my face and I'll just rub this on very gently. You can use it with your hands too. I just like using the cotton pad. So you'll wash your face and you'll put a little bit of this essence on, and then you can put your moisturizer on top. And the moisturizer I like the best from their brand is their Centella Phyto Peptide Concentrate Cream. It is the most hydrating, luxurious feeling moisturizer. And I'll just put some on my hands, and on top of the essence, I'll put this on, and it's so hydrating, so soft. And I like that it has the peptides in it, which is great for those of us who are aging. Peptides do a lot of amazing things. They help protect your skin from the environment. They can help smooth out fine lines and wrinkles. Peptides are just a great ingredient that you want to have in your skincare. So I love finding moisturizers that have peptides in there, and this one does. And the formula is beautiful. It's very lightweight. So I will list everything for you guys about Haru Haru under. Oh, really quick too, their sunscreen, you guys. Okay, Korea makes the best sunscreens, hands down. They are so lightweight. They're not greasy. They look beautiful on the skin. They go great under makeup. Their black rice SPF, this has 50 plus, very high protection. I want to show you guys the texture of this. Hold on. So it comes in a really cool pump like this. I love their packaging, but look at the texture of this, you guys. Actually, let me put it on my face so you guys can see. It is not greasy at all. It is so luxurious, very hydrating, doesn't get greasy. My makeup sits beautifully on it. This is definitely my favorite SPF that I've tried in a really long time. Look at that. It adds a nice glow to the skin, but it's not greasy at all. It is phenomenal. You guys, I can't say enough about this skincare brand. I haven't been this excited in a long time. So I'll put more information in the description box if you guys want to check it out. I highly recommend it. Beautiful skincare, well done. So thank you so much, Haru Haru, for sponsoring today's video. I really do love your products.
Myth number 4, makeup expiration dates are strict. Okay, now I may get a little slack for this one. I have been a product developer and I've owned a makeup brand for many years. I have produced makeup. I have made makeup. I've sold makeup. I will say from a legal and liability standpoint, brands always err on the side of caution and give you very strict dates, like don't use powders more than 2 years. Don't use liquids more than 1 year. Me personally, I use my makeup products a lot longer than the standard expiration dates. So our makeup expiration date strict from a brand's liability standpoint? Absolutely yes. But from a consumer, the best way to tell you all if your makeup is expired is to see if it smells rancid, if the formula is separating. Is the texture changed? Has it changed? Has it gotten more liquidy? Has it gotten more clumpy? Does it feel different? Does it apply different? If you see any sort of dramatic change in the texture and how it applies, that tells me more that it's most likely expired or you shouldn't be using it anymore versus it going by a certain date. If you keep your makeup products in a cool, dry place, you guys, do not keep your makeup in the bathroom. I will die on this hill. If I could preach this from the mountaintops, I need you to listen to me. Please, you guys, do not store your makeup in your bathroom. It is the worst place in your house because it's humid. You have toilet water. If you don't put your lid down too, it's floating in the air. You have humidity and whatever's going on in your shower all up in the air. And if that gets to your makeup, you guys, like, please don't store it in your bathroom. If you do your makeup in your bathroom, have a portable case outside of it, bring it in. When you do your makeup, pack it back up, put it somewhere else, and your makeup will last so much longer if you keep it in a cool, dry place.
Myth number 5, wearing makeup every day ages your skin.
Okay, this one, I have to do a rant on this one. This definitely is a myth because a lot of people like to say, oh, I can't wear makeup every day. It'll make me age faster. Unless you are applying your makeup with a brush and scrubbing your face all over it. I hope no one is taking out their lice aggressions on their face with a makeup brush, but unless you're doing that, you should be fine. Now, here's 2 benefits of actually wearing makeup. So one of them is sun protection. Now, does makeup work alone as an SPF? Absolutely not. But having a layer of foundation and makeup on your face is going to at least give you a little bit more protection versus nothing at all. A lot of foundations also have SPF included in them, so that does help. Now, you should still be wearing sunscreen, you all. I'm going to say that very clearly before all the estheticians start running after me. Still wear your sunscreen, but having makeup on top of that is also going to add an extra layer to protect it from the sun. The second benefit of wearing makeup is environmental protection, because as we're out running errands, doing things, there's smoke, there's smog, there's dirt, there's bacteria all
sorts of things, and having makeup on your face can actually protect it a little bit from environmental factors. Now, the key is you have to wash it off at night, which we talk about in another step. That is the key, is washing it off, making sure you thoroughly cleanse it at night, because leaving it on your skin, letting it soak in your pores, that's not good as well. But wearing it for 8 to 10 hours a day is not going to make you age any faster. Myth number 6, eye primers are necessary when applying eyeshadow. I stopped using eyeshadow primers years ago because I realized it was really hard for me to blend my eyeshadows on top. So if you're having a hard time with your eyeshadows blending, it's getting a little choppy or patchy, because it could be because of the primer underneath. So what I do is I make sure I always have a pressed powder in the same skin tone as my skin. And I use this technically as a primer. So I take a sponge, a little bit of that pressed powder, and I put it on the lids, and this will act as a primer by locking in the oil on your lids so it doesn't break down your foundation. And that layer of powder on there is going to help the eyeshadow powders on top blend a lot more smoothly, because you're putting powder on top of powder instead of powder on top of a sticky cream, if that makes sense. So you do not need a primer. You just need a face powder on your lids and tap it on, and that will give you an amazing base to blend everything on top. Myth number 7, makeup should never be worn during exercise.
So I definitely wear makeup when I go to the gym too. I'm not today, but you can wear makeup to the gym. It's not going to affect your skin horribly, but because you're sweating, it can clog your pores. So my suggestion is, as soon as you get home, make sure that you wash your face with the makeup, so that way your pores have a chance to get clean, get all the sweat and the makeup out of there. Just make sure you wash it as soon as you get home. But don't feel like if you wear makeup to the gym that you can't. You can, just wash it afterwards.
Myth number 8, makeup with shimmer or glitter is only suitable for younger people.
Okay, do you all see my eyes right now? Do you see that shimmer and that glitter going on there? I am 44 years old. I am technically not young anymore. I am middle to older age now, and I wear shimmers and glitters all the time. My mom is 70 years old. I do her makeup. I apply shimmers on there, and they look absolutely gorgeous. I have no idea where this myth came from that once you hit a certain age, you can't wear shimmers, you can't wear glitters. That is such bullshit, you guys, and I wish everyone would just come to accept that wear whatever you want at whatever age. But I will say this, shimmers on older or mature eyes look absolutely gorgeous because they're reflective. They open the eyes, they make them pop. For me, when I look tired and I wear a nice bright shimmer, it automatically opens my eyes. It actually does the opposite. It makes me look younger, not older.
Myth number 9, makeup products labeled as natural are always safer and healthier. Now, I did a whole video on clean makeup, you guys. I will link to it below if you guys want to check it out. You know my thoughts on this. If makeup is labeled as clean or natural, does it mean that it's safer? No, it doesn't. I know people are not going to agree with me on this, you guys. Here's why. Natural is not always better, because sometimes when you use things such as natural preservatives, it is not as effective. There's a reason why we have scientific ingredients being used, because they have been tested for years and years and years. Lots of studies around them showing, okay, this is effective. It will not cause a skin reaction. However, with natural preservatives, they are not as effective. So you can have things like bacteria, mold growing inside, because a natural preservative may not be as effective. Again, I'll put a link below. You guys can check out my video on that. The other thing I want to say, I have notes on this. The term natural is not regulated by government agencies such as the FDA in the United States or the European Union. As a result, companies have varied interpretation of what constitutes a natural product. You know, Susie Q brand over here can say, oh, our products are natural. What does that mean? There is not a strict regulation around using that word natural or clean. It varies from person to person on what they deem as clean. So a brand can use that as a marketing pitch and say, our products are natural, it's safe for you, use our products, not this other brand. It is a marketing ploy a lot of the time. So it's not regulated enough to really, in my mind, as a professional in this industry, to say, are natural or clean ingredients safer and healthier for you? They're just not. My last point on this, I have notes. I will link to studies on this below for you guys to check out. And then the last step on this point I'm going to say is there are potential allergens. I have notes on this because I've done my research. Natural ingredients such as essential oils, botanical extracts, and plant-derived pigments can still trigger allergic reactions in some people. Like I said, everyone reacts differently to different ingredients. It's no different with natural ingredients. Some people can break out from them. It doesn't mean that doesn't mean that it's automatically going to be safer and healthier just because the brand uses the word natural. Myth number 10, expensive makeup brushes always perform better than affordable ones.
Now, I've done a lot of videos on this as well as my favorite brushes. You guys know I have a few favorite brands that I always gravitate to, and I have developed brushes for many, many years. It's one of the first products I actually launched with Makeup Geek many, many years ago. I think in 2010 is when I launched brushes. So I've been in the game a long time, but the one thing that you all can look for, don't base it on the price. Don't say, oh, this brush is $120. It must be amazing. It's going to do my laundry and fan me while I eat grapes. No, the best way to check if your brushes are quality, you all, is to feel the softness of the hair. So if you go to whatever your store, if they have the brushes out, feel how soft they are. Do they feel scratchy at all when you rub your hand on them? Give a little tug on a couple hairs, you guys. If they feel like they're loose or going to pull out at all, that's a cheap made brush. Check the ferrule. How tight is the ferrule around the bristles themselves? Does it feel like the ferrule is loose at all? Give it a little tug on the handle to the ferrule. Does it feel like it's going to budge? All of these little details combined will tell you the quality of that brush. Now, super, super inexpensive brushes are like $1 or $2, then yes, there's no way that those could be quality brushes if we're on one extreme. The other extreme, if they're if they're super, super expensive, like I'm talking crazy amounts of money, they're probably ripping you off too. I like to stay somewhere in the middle, but my personal top brands for brushes are Anissa Beauty, BK Beauty, and Refer brushes. I like those. Also, Sonia G has great brushes, and so does Wayne Goss. If I had to pick top 5 brush brands, I would start with those brands first because I know the quality is good. I've tested them. I know the owners of most of these brands. I know that they're genuine, kind people. They really want to put out quality. So if you aren't sure what brushes to get, start with one of those 5 brands. I'll link to them below if you guys want. Having just expensive makeup or brushes in general doesn't always mean that you're getting amazing quality.
Myth number 11, you need a lot of makeup products to achieve a flawless look. Okay, I'm going to show you guys. I have it right here. So on day to day, when I'm not filming like today, this is a full face of makeup, but on the daily basis, I actually don't wear that much makeup. Here's my 4 products that I wear on the regular. So 1, you need a mascara. 2, a concealer because I have dark circles, a little pigmentation going on, and I use a brush or a sponge to apply this. If you don't have it, use your fingers. A tinted lip gloss. And because my brows are very thin as I've gotten older, but if you have thick brows, you don't need this, but I do. A brow pen, and that's it. Those are my 4 products that I will keep in a little bag in my purse on the go or in my closet if I want to put on makeup really quick to go run an errand. That's all you really need. You don't have to have thousands and thousands of dollars of makeup to achieve a flawless look. You can do it very easily. Now, having more makeup, is it fun? Can you play more? Can you do more things? Obviously you can, but if you want to look flawless, you really don't need a lot of makeup. You can just get creative with the products that you have. Multi-purposing is key, you guys. Take an eyeshadow, use it as a blush, or blush, use it as an eyeshadow. Contour powder, use it as an eyeshadow. Lipstick, use it as a blush. Like, take one makeup product, use it in multiple different ways. You'll use it up faster, you'll get your money's worth out of it, and you don't have to have a massive collection. Myth number 12, makeup removal wipes are just as effective as cleansing properly. I don't have to talk about this much because you guys already know on this one, but I still had to bring it up. Like, back in the day, did I use makeup wipes? Yes, I did. Do I use them now? No. But some people still think that just wiping your face with a makeup wipe is good enough to get your makeup off your skin. No, there's still going to be makeup in your pores, around the crevices. You've got to still wash your face, you guys. If I could say anything in this video, please don't use the makeup wipes. Just use a nice oil and balm to get that makeup off. Do a nice gentle cleanse with a normal cleanser after that. Do your normal skincare routine. It'll be amazing, but please, I'm begging you, ditch the wipes. Myth number 13, makeup can completely conceal skin texture. Now, this one is always hard for me to talk about because I get so many people saying, Marlena, I have fine lines, I have marionette lines, I have texture from acne scars. Why is my makeup not covering it? Makeup can cover blemishes as far as color, but makeup can't do anything for texture. And I know that makes me not a popular person right now. Let me show you an example. So I have some fine lines here, and I know I have my studio light, so it can be a little bit bright. But I'll show you. If I scrunch up my eyes and I create my fine lines here and I put concealer on it, I can really blend it in and try to minimize the appearance of the fine lines, but it can't make it disappear. We have to have realistic expectations when it comes to makeup, you all. There's nothing wrong with fine lines. There's nothing wrong with having texture on your skin. There's nothing wrong with having acne scars and things like that. That's just part of having a human face. But makeup can do a lot of things like hide discoloration, dark circles under the eyes, redness from the blemishes, but it can't actually improve texture. In order to do that, that takes treatments with a dermatologist or medical esthetician, doing things like laser treatments, microneedling, tingling, all of that good stuff, but that's not something makeup can handle. Just be realistic on the expectations that you set for your face, and texture is normal. Myth number 14, makeup with SPF provides enough sun protection on its own.
Okay, I am guilty of this one, you all. For years, I used to think if my foundation had SPF in it, I was great. I didn't have to wear sunscreen because me personally, I will admit, I hate wearing sunscreen on my face because it usually makes me feel greasy. Sometimes it makes me break out. But I learned over the years, if I find the great sunscreen, it's going to protect me against UVA and UVB rays. Those are the rays that are dangerous. They cause skin cancer, hyperpigmentation, aging faster, all those bad things we associate with being out in the sun. Sunscreen protects against. But foundation that has SPF, it's going to give you some coverage, but it's definitely not going to protect you as much as a sunscreen would. So you still have to wear sunscreen underneath your foundation, even if it has SPF in it.
Myth number 15, concealer must always be applied after foundation. Now, when it comes to concealer, you all can apply it in whatever order you want. You can put it under your foundation, you can put it on top. I think the myth is like, oh, concealer you have to do over foundation. I actually prefer myself doing it under a lot of the times because then it allows me to pull back on my foundation and not give me that mask-like appearance. But also when it comes to concealers, there's things like correctors, especially the peach and orange tinted ones I've talked about for many years about covering your dark circles under the eyes. These you need to apply under the foundation because it's not the color of skin. It's meant to be a color corrector that's going to counteract the blueness under the eyes. So with concealers that are called like that, you really do need to apply them under the foundation. So when you put the foundation on top, it's going to hide that orangeness on the skin. It's going to make everything look a bit more flawless. So concealer can be put on underneath, on top of foundation, whatever method that you prefer to get the results that you want. Myth number 16, makeup primer is necessary for all skin types. Okay, I'm going to kind of contradict myself with this one because I have spoken a lot of this channel about how much I love face primers. Do they work amazing? Absolutely. But does every single person need them? No. If your foundation looks flawless and is setting on the skin beautifully and you aren't using a primer, don't feel like you have to go get one. It's just another step to your routine. It's going to add time to your routine and cost more money. So if you feel like you don't need it, just don't get it. But if you feel like your foundation is separating, it's oxidizing, it's not looking flawless, then adding a primer could help. For me personally, I really like using a silicone-based primer for dry to combination skin because it fills in the fine lines and pores. It creates a barrier between your skin and the foundation on top. For oily skin, I like using something mattifying that's going to control the oil, or just simply using powder is fine. But again, does every single person need primers? No, don't use it. Don't buy one unless you feel like you actually need it. Myth number 17, foundation should be applied all over the face. Everyone's habit is to take your bottle of foundation, you got to put it all over your face because you're like, well, it's got to match and I've got to cover everything. You actually don't have to. But the trick is, you guys, the color has to match your skin exactly. Don't be pulling out your bronzed version, your summer shade when it's winter and you're like, oh, I just want to bronze my shade. If you try this technique and it doesn't match, it's not going to work. Okay, so I've got a foundation here. When it comes to foundations, it's one of the most common ways that your face is going to look like you have makeup on versus looking like flawless skin. So if you can get away with applying it just in strategic areas, it's going to make your skin still look like skin while giving you flawless coverage, spot treating the areas that you need it. Okay, so for me, my problem areas, I know I've got bright lights going on in here. I have redness around my nose. I have dark circles. I have a little bit of hyperpigmentation and stuff here and a little bit on my chin. You can take a concealer brush with your foundation, do a little pump, and you can blend it in just where you need it. But the foundation, again, it's got to blend. But again, the foundation has to match your skin. So let me show you. I'm just going to do a little bit on this side. If I can spot treat, especially on the days when I'm in a hurry, and just apply it like this, and then I like to always take a sponge to have it on hand, and then really work it into the skin, roll it, tap it, get it to blend in. You can still get a flawless looking face of foundation without having to put it all over your face, giving you that mask appearance. I still have natural shading under the cheekbones. I still have dimension on my face without it looking like a mask because I applied the foundation only in the spots that I need it. So it's a myth. You don't have to put foundation all over, just where you need it. Just make sure it's the right shade and really blend it into the skin so it looks seamless. Myth number 18, makeup brushes and sponges only need to be cleaned occasionally. Okay, now I've already preached about this a lot, you guys. You know this. For me, I deep cleanse my brushes every single Sunday with some soap and warm water. Then I wipe down the handles with a little bit of rubbing alcohol. That way everything is sterilized and clean. But My face brushes, especially because I have sensitive skin, I break out really easily, I wash them after every use. So that's why I buy a few different brushes of the same ones that I use all the time, so I can always grab a new clean one when I apply my face makeup. I know a lot of people are really like, that's high maintenance, Marlena. I do not play when it comes to cleanliness on my face and breaking out. So please, I'm begging you guys, clean your makeup brushes regularly. Your skin will thank you. Myth number 19, makeup doesn't expire if it smells fine.
Okay, so we talked on this a little bit briefly. Now, with makeup going bad, going rancid, I have a lot of thoughts on this one. There's a couple brands where I'm like, I won't even touch those brands because I know you guys don't use the right preservatives. That's a conversation. Pandora's box will open on another day. Okay, makeup expiration, you guys. I wouldn't pay attention to the date. If you store your makeup in a cool, dry place and you always use clean fingers, clean brushes in your products, your makeup is going to last considerably long. But how do you know if your makeup has expired? You're going to smell it, and if it smells fine, it doesn't automatically mean that it's not bad. Again, you want to check the texture, because I think a lot of people, especially when it comes to cream and liquids, they give it a sniff, they're like, smells fine to me, I'm going to keep using it. Like, no. If the texture or the visual appearance of it has changed, it has changed colors, it's more liquidy, it's thicker, it applies differently, it doesn't feel the same, that means it's probably expired. So I personally would go by texture and appearance over just the smell of it to see if my makeup has expired or not. In general, me personally, powders can last quite a lot longer because it doesn't have as much liquid in there, versus foundations and concealers and things, that's liquid. Liquids just naturally go bad faster than powders because powders are dry. They just don't have as much possibility of getting mold or getting humidity because it's the wetness in products that makes things go bad faster. So creams and liquids, I would say a couple years is good. If it goes past that, then you really got to start looking at it and evaluating if it went bad. But powders can last many years. I have eyeshadows in my collection, you guys, that I have been very strict on using clean brushes. I've kept them in a cool, dry place. They're 7, 8 years old. I scrape off this top layer, I test them, I feel like they're fine to use on me personally. I would never use them on a client or anyone else, but me personally, I still use them because I know they're fine because I've kept them clean and dry. So you guys just have to test it yourself to see, does it perform differently? Then it may be bad. Don't go off of just smell.
Myth number 20, makeup is only for women. Men should never wear it.
This is kind of an outdated myth that most people don't believe anymore. At least I would hope so, but I'm still going to talk about it on this channel. Makeup years ago, you all, look it up in your history books, Google search it. Men used to wear makeup a long time ago. I have notes here on the historical context of makeup that I have to read for you guys. So makeup has been worn by all genders throughout history and across cultures for various reasons, such as ceremonial, ritualistic, and aesthetic purposes. In ancient civilizations, both men and women used makeup to adorn themselves, signify social status, and communicate cultural identity. This is from research that has been done. So if you look at history books or look at pictures of the past, you will see both women and men wearing makeup, and it was completely normal and accepted. And then it became sort of this thing, well, it's only meant for women. I don't know where in history it became associated with only women can wear it, but makeup can be worn by either gender and it be totally fine. I know many makeup artists, and I've been on TV sets where you've had your makeup done, and every single man that appears on TV for movies, for newscasting, for anything like that, they are almost always wearing makeup of some sort to correct an issue. You know, shininess or keeping brows in place or whatever. Makeup is just a tool, you guys. It doesn't have to be this thing of like, oh, that's for women, or no, you can't wear that. It can be used by anyone. And at the end of the day, makeup is just a way to express yourself. So if women or men find a way or a tool to put on their face to express themselves, to show on the outside how they feel on the inside, you go for it and wear that makeup any way that you want. So did I get all of the makeup myths that exist out there? If you have any that you think I may have missed, put them in the comments below. I really am curious if there's other makeup myths that are out there that I need to demystify. So come back next week, you all, for another makeup educational video. Don't forget to subscribe. We do lots of beauty, fragrance, and makeup content on this channel. I would love to have you be part of my community. So have a great week, you all. Stay happy and healthy, and I'll see you soon.